Hello and welcome to the Acre Ranch, where the birds love to sing and it's always green. This is the third set of videos I did, and it was originally just going to be for the family, but I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and put it up on YouTube. As my daughter said, maybe a random stranger will like my vlogs too. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and from this point on, I'm going to clearly say everything's Acre Ranch to be for all of you out there on YouTube. Enjoy the video. Here's a quick update on my garden. These are squash over there, very pitiful. I think it's just got to be the soil. They're doing worse than last year. And then here's one cabbage left. They actually did well. I got these transplants, little cabbage plants at a workshop in April. So this is the last one. Yeah, it's got a lot of bug bites, but I made lots of sauerkraut and cooked some cabbage too. As we go over here, this is very, very good. As I turn slow over here so you don't get sick. This is the sweet potato bed, and this was soil that we got from this place called Hamilton Mulch. And these sweet potatoes, they did grow a lot of these last year, but this is like way more than last year. I had 9 plants last year. I put 10 in this year, but they're so prolific, all the leaves. They're doing really well. Now over here, if you go over here, you can see we got some green beans, and they're not doing that well. These, the ones I'm really finding, are different types of green beans. You see their leaves are a little bit more pale, and some of them are actually dying. Now these over here, they're black beans and tepary beans, which are another type of legume like a black bean. So I guess, I don't know if they're considered a bush. I didn't know that, but they're lower to the ground. I still have some radishes too. Oh, you can see one poking out right there. I gotta pick that one tomorrow. Those have done well. I just scattered the seed. Now here's something very funny. The other day I was out here, I'm like, wait, what is this? This is some sort of a, I don't know if it's a squash. I mean, like a winter squash. I wonder if it's a cucumber. The leaves are a bit different. I need to look up cucumber leaves, but I have no idea how it got in here. Whoops, I got my fingers over there. Anyway, and then over here is these are carrots. They're still kind of wimpy. I just don't know. I think, again, it's the soil. That's why the first two beds, this bed and the one with the squash and the cabbage, are from the Lowe's soil. Don't buy soil and compost from Lowe's, the Evergreen brand. Anyway, I'm going to stop and do a video back at the pawpaws and the compost. So the pawpaws are happy. The one on the right, that's the KSU Atwood, is now as tall as me. I think it was about 4 feet before it started to grow this season. So as I walk over here, if I'm going to take my hand from my head, and I'm going to try to go straight over. And I think now, see where my hands, I think it's actually a bit taller than me. Look at that, it's taller than me. Let's go up on top. Yeah, it's that much taller than me. Okay. And then we're going to go back over here. So we have these funky looking tomatoes growing. Again, this is all volunteer. Well, the squash plants I did, we'll talk about the squash plant. We're going to do these. The tomatoes were not on purpose, but they look really weird, and they almost look, they're lobed. Oops, sorry, they're lobed, and I don't know, they're not turning red, so I'm not sure. And these are the small ones. You can see some small ones over here. Now, you look back over there, you can see that says squash, a winter squash, and then there are 4 more. 2 of them are quite large, but they're still green. I'm praying, okay, Lord, let them turn, because you can see here's one of the big green ones. It's quite large. Here's my hand, and then here's a smaller one that's the yellowy, oh, I said orange, they're kind of yellowy orange, they're more yellow than orange. And then there's another big green one right there. Here's my hand, and there's a little smaller orange one. So I have 5, so hopefully they're all going to make it. I just don't know. I'm hoping that those green ones are going to turn and be completely ripe. Anyway, that's it for the garden. One more video. This is the whole reason I wanted to film these videos. I was just going to do one about this. I thought, let me show you an update in the garden. These are Japanese beetles. I don't like to just randomly, or I should use the word arbitrarily, kill bugs. But they, you can guess by their name, are not native. And they are not good for the ecosystem. They love to munch on the sweet potato leaves. So they don't fly away. So, you know, I can go over leaves and basically just grab them off and toss them in here. Sometimes, like if there's 3 in a leaf, maybe I'll get 1, the other 2 get the picture and they fly away or drop to the ground or whatever. But yeah, they're actually really easy to get. So I just use soapy water so they sink. Looks like all these guys are already dead. Then they're going to go down the drain. Again, because they're not native, we have dominion, I just get rid of these buggers. But anyway, that's the Japanese beetles.